Alright, hello guys, welcome to another Dragon Ball Legends video on my channel. Today we're going to do another Dragon Ball Legends top 10 tier list. And now with Ultra Cell coming out and changing the meta, I think it's worth doing a list before we get new characters in mid-March. They said the second campaign will go to mid-March, so we could get Daima stuff or other characters later. So I will probably make another tier list when that happens, but for now, let's just do a tier list of Ultra Cell. Before I start, as I already said last time, I don't own every single character, so some characters I can only judge based on my experience fighting against in PvP, and I don't have them all at 14 stars. So there will be characters that are like lower stars in my characters, and I have different experience with them because of it. So it could be that you guys have another experience with a character because you have them higher stars, or you face them a lot more often. So well, yeah, let's just get right into it. And also, this tier list was kind of, I would say, hard to decide how to rank. I think the top 6 to 7 was like fine to do for me, but afterwards it became really, really hard because I think a lot of creators having different values right now, and I can't really differentiate which one was really better. But I think I made a decision that I can feel satisfied with, but I think also it's really a lot of interchangeable things. But I will start from the top one and go downwards like last time, uh, because I think that's making kind of decision making better. Sometimes I can think more about the list while I also rank the characters. I think, and then maybe think about some arguments to maybe change something, and that's easier for me if I do it from 1 to 10, then I would do it from 10 to 1. Because I think the number 6, the top 7 characters define the meta more, I would say. So, but alright, it's done with the number 1 spot. I think this is very obvious, but yeah, Ultra Cell is number 1. Put that out of the way immediately. He just does a lot of damage. He has permanent endurance null, which is the most reason he is like this meta defining unit right now, I think, because a lot of units with endurance were around right now, and like Majin Vegeta, God Goku, Daima Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and so on, and he basically can rush them all freely and they die. Especially Majin Vegeta. Yeah, he gets destroyed, so yeah, that's the biggest reason. He heals a lot. He has a. His dash up is good. Is it good? It depends. Like, you can play around it. What I personally do with my Ultra Cell, at least, where if I face another cell, is like, if I have a green card, I will first attack it normally until get to assist drop. Then with the how long the animation for the green card goes and charging key before a blast and everything, you could actually bypass the time from his card ceiling and continue attacking. So, and there are a lot of characters that can do that with green card animations, like airy green cards work well. I think, yeah, that's the biggest thing I would say. I don't know if Beast Gohan's green card also can bypass that. I can't tell. I never had the situation, so but yeah, there are a lot of characters that can do that, so that's the thing. Also, I would say that his defenses aren't the best. I only have him at 5 stars, but I would say even at facing him at 8 stars, for example, I think his defense is a little low. Like, he doesn't have a good, if he cover chains, he doesn't do much to stop the combo. Like, it's really his half HP disrupt, and that's about it. But he's just offensively way too good to not be number 1. Like, his ultimate is the strongest hitting ultimate in the game. If it's type neutral, you're losing a character. So, and Beast Corn can switch into it with his unique gauge on standby. So yeah, you either have a unit that has a second life mechanic that doesn't get cancelled, or you're dying. There's like no in between, and it's like even at 5 stars, it's already that hard hitting. So like if you're having a 10 or 8 stars, you're killing everything with it. So yeah, that's the thing. And he also has armor break, and with his blue card, the obscure effect. So he has a lot of annoying abilities too. And yeah, just dominating in meta right now. So yeah, he's in my opinion, number one. Now number two and three, I have them shared for different reasons. So the first one is Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who I would personally put at number two, but I think at the same time Gohan and Trunks could be in that spot. I will start with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I don't think a lot has changed with him because of Cell. Like, okay, he lost Majin Buu Saga as his team. That's the one thing I would say, because Majin Buu Saga doesn't have like a good protection against Cell. They have nothing. If Cell gets a rush, then you're done. That's basically it. If you don't get him, even the ultimate, you're screwed. Like, no one survives the ultimate. No one survives the rush there. So Majin Buu Saga is dead. But Goku is on Sound Family, so technically you could run them together. So it's not like he's out of team options. And also, the thing is, he has endurance notification, not permanently and not uncancelable. So if he rushes or uses a blue card, Cell can get the buff away. So that's a thing. But you can combo through Cell. Cell doesn't have the best defenses. So Super Saiyan Goku can just combo, and then pop his endurance and he dies. That can happen. And it's not like Super Saiyan Goku isn't good against the other characters in the game. Like, he still is a combo machine that can't be stopped. Like, Cell's Disrupt can be probably the only thing that would stop a combo from him right now. Like, either that or Mad Vegeta, but you don't really see Mad Vegeta anymore that often. So, um, like, he's pretty much still destroying most of the characters in the game. So, and there's only one real purple unit. I mean, these guys are half purple, but most of the time they're blue, especially post Succession. They're just a blue character. And Super Saiyan Goku here, maybe the one and only purple character really, but that's about it. So he doesn't have to worry that much. That's why I think he's still number two. I already thought he was number two before Cell released, and arguably number one. And now I don't think for me it's just like Cell replaced Beast, and that's about it for Super Saiyan V Goku at least. So for Gohan Trunks, I don't have them there because they are like so strong, but it's rather like you kind of need them right now. This character is like on a lot of teams. Basic every team that's viable right now, kinda you have Gohan and Trunks also there. So they have the succession mechanic, which is huge because it can't be nullified by Ultra Cell, so their value increases while also being on the same team as him on Future, on a Blast-based Future team. They're really good together. Um, and so they're kind of needed at the same time, but also a support for Cell. So that's a same value from them. So I think in terms of how valuable they are for the meta, that's why I put them at number three. But I think Super Saiyan 3 Goku is just the better unit damage dealer wise. So that's why I have them shared. I think personally he is just the better unit damage dealers, but he is just more necessary, I would say. Like, I mean, there are other characters that have like indestructible or comeback, so it's not like he's the only option, but he's by far the best option. He's on every single team. Like, he's on Sound Family, Vegeta Clan, Hybrids, Future. Every team there needs him, kinda. So, and it's not like he doesn't do anything. Like, he's supporting, he does good damage, every green card immunity, um, being blue, so he can attack so and damage him a lot, but at the same time it can be purple, so uh, can deal with some green units like him, for example, or the other units I will mention later that are green. Yeah, and still does a lot of damage. Also good against Beast. Like, it's not like Beast is like not there anymore. Like he got hurt a lot, but it's not like he doesn't exist. And he can still have immunity to cost increase and debuffs and everything, so he's still good against bees. So yeah, I think overall he's just very good and deserves to be at this spot right now. So at number 4, I have got Goku. While I do think Cell hurts him, obviously because endurance, I think that can be said a lot about almost every single character. And I think if I have to compare all the characters, I think God Goku is just a better unit overall. Like compared to like to Daima, Goku, Majin, Vegeta, they're all of endurance, so it's like they go down by the same amount. And I still think God Goku is, even without endurance, doing enough from doing combos, every green, vanish restore, and so on to still be like very good. Also use it against all the blue units. Sorry. Still having good teams. Also having access to him because they're on Sun Family. Like he doesn't buff Sun Family with his Zeal ability, but you can do leader certain things and that will work. I mean, you could technically run God Goku, Distrunks, and Zamasu, and you're good. Like, um, and yeah, I think he just still does good damage. I still think his Airy Green card is very good, and Vanish Restoring, Hard Hitting Ultimate, good combo. So I still think he's number 4. I think I had him around the same spot in the last years. I don't think it didn't really change it because not that many units go like the thing is not many units rise up because of Cell, I would say, to the point where you have to move God Goku down so much. So that's why I still have him at 4. Number 5, I have Ultra Beast actually. So there are things. The first thing is he has type neutral defensively, which saves him partly against not getting completely annihilated by Cell. That's the one thing, and I still think even though Cell can ultimate and just ignore his cover change thing, um, his ability still hurts Cell when he wants the Rising Rush and he doesn't have the super cover change notification active. So it's not like he's useless. I mean, there are other characters besides Cell, and yeah, Beast Gone is still good against these units, and he still has this guy as his partner, so it's not like um, when you sell to sell, Beast God is automatically done. So it's not like that. The Splash Beam Cannon is still a strong thing, so I think Ultra Beast has a lot of good tools to not be that low. So I'm still gonna have him at 5, because overall, besides Cell, he's still really good. And still has a good team with this Golden Trunks still, so yeah, that's why I have him at number 5. Um, I wouldn't put him lower. I think he just does too much overall to be like lower than this. But I will say that Cell did quite a number on him. Like the ultimate hits hard. If you don't know it and Beast with the ability you switch Beast score and he dies. So and that happened to me. And also in the 15 time accounts after his ultimate and if he rushes, Beast can't do anything about it. So yeah. Alright, that's him at number 5. So I will go down to number 6 after look. I think number 6 right now is actually Ultra Turles. And yeah, the main reason obviously comeback. He's a blue comeback unit, so Cell can kill him like instantly. That's the main reason I have him that high. Um, and I think he also tanks well against Cell. Like, I know Cell can get type neutral, but he's not type neutral all the time. I think it's only for 5 counts even. So it's not like Talus dies in the 5 counts as Ultra Cell's type neutral. So and I think he also works with Cell. He's some powerful opponent, so you can run them together. And he's also working decently against him. So he's not the best blue unit, but I think he's good enough, and I think the comic mechanic is just too valuable not to have him on the list. And yeah, I did, I wasn't sure where I should place him even. I thought about maybe at first at 8 and everything, but if I look at the other characters I'm gonna talk about later, I think it's like I think he brings the biggest value right now with saving your team. If you don't have this guy, this is easily the second best unit you run to survive cells, rushes or ultimates. So yeah, that's why I'm with number 6. It's a really plain, simple reason, and but I think that reason is just big enough to yeah. See him at this spot. Yeah, you can. I think people will maybe say he's way too high, but that's just my opinion, and yeah, it's my list. I do what I want. No, but now to number 7. This is where it gets like I'm not completely sure anymore. Like that one was already where I was like I was confident to like 70%, but at this point it's like a 50-50 for me. Like so, if people think I place these units completely too high, too low, or whatever, I can understand it absolutely. I will put the Super Saiyan Goku at number 7. He's still the annoying every green card spamming character, nothing's changed really about him. But I think Cell Saga is actually a team you can run. I think it's the main team you can run. I mean, you can even run him also with this guy again. I mean, yeah, go on Trunks, work with everybody almost. No, but the Cell Saga team I see a lot is this Cell, Goku, and this Gohan. I think, I mean, green, red, purple, that works really well. You have 3 armor break cards, you have 2 annoying area green card users, and everything. I mean, this team doesn't have really a big protection against Cell, but you just fight Cell with Cell and hope that you win. That's basically the thing in this team. And Goku has Death Bus, so worst case scenario, you just sacrifice him. And I think he's just good enough as a unit overall to be considered at this spot, but I will say he could also be at around 10. Like it's really not that I think he's like the confident number 7. I just put it at 7 because I think he belongs there, but he could be lower. I could even understand when people think he shouldn't be even on the list because there are so much units right now that you can use and that have different values on different teams that I honestly don't mind if people say he shouldn't be there or should be lower. But that's why I just put him. Yeah, that's just how I feel about him. And yeah, but I still hate him. I also think with the fact that Majin Vegeta isn't around anymore. It's not like Majin Vegeta was the biggest counter to him, but he is pretty fair, so Majin Vegeta could really just snipe him out. It wasn't that hard. So, and Beast is also not that often seen, though there are not that many yellow units. That's which basically you can run him almost freely. So that's also a reason why I put him so high. Yeah. So yeah, but that are the main reasons. Um, and I mean he can still sometimes kill maybe this guy to snipe him. I think I still don't have enough 3 stars and I didn't use him in PvP because I don't want to and never will probably because I hate his design. But yeah. All right. The number 8 spot, a unit that I didn't have on my list last time, and that's Tensor Vegito Blue. So there are a few reasons why I have him now on my list. Yeah, compared to prior where I didn't have him. Last list I said he was like the 4th green unit with basically not bringing nothing to the table to do against Beast compared to other units like Ultra Rosé and these 2 units. And he was kind of like the replaceable 4th green unit in my opinion. Not that he was bad, but he's just you don't need him. Um, so for number 1, Beast isn't that common anymore, so his cost increase thing isn't such a big issue for him anymore. That's the first reason I put him higher. The second reason is he's a green future blast unit that pairs well with Cell. So this is one of the teams you could run, and this works really well. You cover him, and he covers their purple side, and you have a blue unit to fight against Cell and everything. So like this is a really good team, and I think that puts Vegito at a higher spot. Um, yeah, that's actually the simple reason for it. I think now that he can combo more freely and at the same time have a new unit he can pair up with, I think that makes him worthy of the in the top 10 list and doesn't make him as like replaceable. He has a unique place to be, and that's why I have him on this list. And that differentiates him from this Green Goku Black because he works better with Cell than he would. And I also think I saw some people run these two together, like Leaders Cell and everything, but I think this team just works better because Cell is also a blast based unit. I think he holds 2 blast cards, so that works really better. Oh yeah, that's the reason I have Vegito Blue there. I think he's again. I never thought he was a bad unit. I just thought in terms of dealing with Beast Gohan, he just was the worst out of the 4 units that are green right now, and he shares so many teams. But this is not really the case anymore now. Like, but I wouldn't put him higher. I think overall Super Saiyan Goku, for example, is just a better unit. If I compare these two, I think it's just easier to use him than it's Vegito Blue. And also Vegeta Blue can't necessarily deal with his disrupt, but yeah, that's about it. But I think he, yeah, deserves 8, and I'm glad not glad, but yeah, it's nice to see him kind of back in the list. Although I was never a fan of this character, mainly because infinite combos, and I don't like that because I want to play the game too. Yeah, so, alright, number 9, I have, Red Zamasu. Now, I think last time I had him number 8, I think. I think he gained value and lost value at the same time on this, since because of Cell. The thing is, endurance isn't the biggest factor anymore, so you can kind of compare now to other units. And I think because of Cell, sealing rushes and having Dragon Ball destruction matters more than ever. So, and that's what this guy does. He can destroy up to 3 Dragon Balls, and also if you fill his unique gauge and trigger the defensive gauge, you can see rushes for 5 timer counts. So I think that puts a lot of value. You can run in with Gohan and Trunks, and he reduces subcomp by 5 if you rush him or ult him, and he reduces his own subcounts by 5. So you will always be able to switch into him if you run these two together. But the reason why I also feel like he lost value is because he is a red region powerful opponent future unit. So it's like it's either him or Cell, and I would definitely run Cell over Zamasu. So it's like there's no real reason why you would run Zamasu over Cell. There's none. Um, I mean you could run them together, but do you need to? I don't think you need to. I think Cell alone is enough. You don't really need Zamasu in that case, and that's why I think he lost value. That's the that's the problem I had when I saw that Cell was a red unit. It was like they share almost every single team except for God Key and androids. So yeah, but I think overall he still does good enough to be on this list. But I think he drops down 1 spot because I also think Vegeta Blue is the better partner for Cell, and I see more reason to run Vegeta Blue than I see to run Zamasu. That's yeah. Otherwise, Zamasu didn't really change that much, I think. Yeah. But now for number 10, I have Blue Android 17. I think I haven't talked about him at all in the last list. Because I think the Android scene wasn't really completed yet. But now with Cell, I mean, obviously you run Cell, Android 17, and whoever third. I mean, I saw some people with the green Zenkai Cell, who was okay. I personally run the 1% sparking, purple 17, and I also see some people running the LF Perfect Cell, the purple one, that got a Zenkai recently. Which is a solid team, but it's also really doesn't have really a counter to Red Cell because no one cancels I mean, you can cancel the endurance notification. So yeah, blue 17. I think he's good, um, but he's not really a crazy blue unit or anything. He just supports the team, does good damage, provides green cards, which can be nice. Sealing main abilities. I think he destroys a Dragon Ball too when his unique gauge gets filled, so it can delay rushes a bit, so that's also good. But that's really about it. I don't think he's anything crazy, but I don't think he's bad either. And he works with Cell, so that I think that's good enough for him to be considered on the list. And I also haven't talked about him yet, so um, yeah, that's. I don't really have big reasons because, as I already said, I really don't know how to place this unit at this point because I just see them. I see a lot of these units, and they have like different reasons to work how they do and have bring different values to the table. It's not like his endurance is really necessary. Like you face another cell and type neutral, he just destroys them as well. So yeah. Now with the honorable mentions, you see a lot of units there. I don't have that ordered, and I'm not going to because I can't decide on an order there really. So I'm just gonna talk about um, only some units. I would say. I mean, I think these two, who I had like around this spot last time, that didn't really change much with Goku Black personally. I think Ultra's Gohan takes a bit of a hit, obviously because of Cell endurance notification, and he doesn't have the greatest defenses. But you can also use him with Cell, so yeah, kind of it's like he's around the same spot where I have him. I understand if people want to have him in the top 10. I don't do it, but if you would say he should be top 10 or any of these units here, I honestly understand it. Um, Goku, I was also considering actually putting like around the 9 or 10 spot, mainly because he has endurance notification on a green card, and he does good damage, so he could kill Cell maybe pretty easily. I don't know after I don't see him that often. That's the issue. And I even see him now less, so hard to tell um, where I should put him. But I think the endurance notification is a value he has to could be considered here on the list if you want to put him there. As I already said, I think these four, if you want to put them on the list, or even five here, I think, if you want to put these guys on the list, you could. I don't mind. If you want to replace, I don't know, Zamasu or 17 or even Vegito or this guy, if you want to replace any of these four units with these units, you could. I don't. Yeah. Although I would say Gotenks, I wouldn't put higher than 10 or 9. I think Daimagoku, the same thing, actually. But yeah, Red Trunks, he has rush sealing, so that's good against Cell, and also the stopping Cell. Cell doesn't have card destruction immunity or key reduction immunity, so if this guy switches in, the combo most likely ends. So he has still good value, but he also takes it because endurance unit and Cell can rush through him. I mean, although these two work together, that's still something that could happen. If you can't switch them in time, he dies. So yeah, that's something to worry about. A unit I didn't talk about because I think I think nobody really is talking about this guy, but out of Omega Shenron, I think he deserves to be mentioned now because he has Indestructible, so good partner, a good unit you can use. If you don't have these two units, that's probably your third best option to go if you need an rush safety unit or an ultimate safety unit one time against this guy. And because he's some powerful opponent and a green unit can pair these two together, he can deal with. He is good enough to deal with these blue units. I'm already using these two and like the purple 17, who I honestly could drag up here. I don't know why I didn't do that. Let's fix that. All right. On a powerful opponent and run these three together. They work pretty well. He also gives a Dragon Ball from in the start of the fight, so you get a faster rush for Cell. You're killing a unit faster, so that's really good. And yeah, also having Indestructible, he can survive the ultimate or rush. Uncancelable cover no, by the way, so if you want to rush with him, you can do that without worrying about Beast. I think he's also kind of immune to cost increases. I don't know exactly when, but I noticed sometimes he doesn't get affected by it. So he can work against Beast Gohan. So he's not just there to be like the safety for Cell. He can also do decent damage, good on a blast-based team and everything. So I just think he deserves to be on the list. Here as the honorable mentions, I wouldn't put in top 10 or anything, but I think he's worth mentioning because I think he's usable right now, actually. Alright. So now with the next unit to have in here, Tamagami. Honestly, there's not really much to say about him. Just like the last time, works with Daima. There's really nothing to say about him. Just like the last time, if it was my last list, nothing has changed about him really. Only that maybe Daima Goku is now less of the, I think, unit you even more or less used, which also puts a hit on him because if you don't use Daima, you're not using Tamagami. But hey, maybe we get Daima buffs this month, so he could rise. These two could rise up easily. And then yeah, we'll talk about Purple 17 first. He has also Rising Ceiling, which is really good. He works on a Cyborg team with these two, so that's nice. He can also be run a powerful opponent. I think he's a solid 1% sparking, honestly. Also having multiple ultimates and everything, giving green cards, so that's really nice. And I have used him now this season so far, and I think I'm satisfied with this unit. I think he's really nice. If you have him, try to use him. I think he's solid. And now Marge Vegeta. Uh, to be honest, I tried to use him on a Vegeta Clan team, and it's like it's not like he can't do anything. That's not the issue. It's just way too risky right now. It's just you make one mistake and he dies. That's a simple problem. It doesn't even have to be an ultimate. It doesn't even have to be a rush. One mistake, like if you're not full HP and you get hit by a blue card by Cell, you're dying probably. So yeah, I tried it. I mean, he can do good damage. I mean, for unique gauge, type no to green card, so he can do damage. And I also think if Cell triggers his unique gauge every single time you use a blue card, he's gonna lose the buff cancellation because it's only 3 times. So let's just say he triggers his unique gauge 2 times and one time you use the blue card already. That gives this guy the opportunity to kill him with a blue card at any point. So it's not like he's useless at all. It's just way too risky to use him. And I tried it, and it was like honestly a 50-50. And I think there's no reason to use him over any other character right now. But he's still useful, he's still runnable, but I wouldn't put him on my top 10 list for now. But hey, maybe we get a Daima Super Saiyan 3 Goku that works well and puts this guy actually back, but who knows. Well, yeah, this is my top 10 tier list. Just to recap the list: Ultra Sub number 1, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Gohan Trunks at number 2 and 3, God Goku at 4, Beast Gohan at number 5, Ultra Charles at number 6, the Super Saiyan Caesar Goku at 7, Vegito Blue at 8, Red Zamasu at 9, and Blue MVP 17 at number 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this list. Let me know in the comments if you disagree with some spots. I think probably a lot of people will, because yeah, this part is kinda iffy, but hey, this is my list, it is what it is, and yeah. I hope you guys have a nice day though, and see you next time.